It's Natalie. Right now we're doing Chatting with Nat. And we're going to be talking to Athena Kennedy, a versatile singer-songwriter, an amazing vocalist, woman extraordinaire. She's wonderful. We're going to invite her in here shortly. So I want you to listen. Hold on 1 second as I invite her in here. Invite to join. Here we go. To accept it. And we are going to get on our way shortly. It starts at 2 p.m. Hi, Athena. How are you? Somebody's trying to call me. Naughty people, naughty people, naughty people. Thank you so much for being here with me on Chatting with Nat. I'm so excited. You're actually my second guest. My first guest was my mom. So I'm happy that you're here. So it's awesome that you're here. So I'm going to read a little bit about you. She's a Nashville singer, songwriter, and recording artist. Athena has a unique voice like you've never heard before. With her bold vocals and insane range, Athena has a perfect mix of blues and pop that you can cry and dance to. Love it. Athena started her musical journey at the age of 5 when her yaya gave her a piano. Though she loved learning classics like Mozart and Bach, she fell in love with the blues. I love the blues. Singers like Ella Fitzgerald, Muddy Waters, Adele, Bessie Smith, and Amy Winehouse have influenced Athena's style and aesthetic. After living in New Orleans for 6 years, Athena packed up her bags and made her way to Nashville to break into the music industry and have her voice heard. Whenever Athena sings, the whole room lightens up. They listen. It's hard not to. Love it. I love your bio. I love your name. Thank you. So how did you go about picking your name? Because you know it's spelled differently. And then on your website, I see a different name on there as well.
So Athena is my real name, like Athena.
Right.
But when I was putting together my brand and who I wanted to kind of just put out there, I was looking up the name Athena, and people, I mean, there's a lot of people out there using my name.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I can't get swallowed by the abyss. So I need to figure out how to be artistically me and just change it up. So I added the X. I think X is just like such a cool letter in the alphabet. Yeah. It's not used very often. No. And I just thought it'd be something cool. And people are like, we don't know how to say your name. I'm like, my name's Athena. You know what my name is. It's weird. It's going to take people to, people have to get used to it. But I think it's a lot of fun. And it took me a long time to come up with something because I was thinking maybe I could go by Mara, which was my grandmother's name, or Nana, which was my other grandmother's nickname. But in America, Nana.
Yeah.
So
that wasn't going to work.
Yeah, so we ended up going with Athena, and I really like it with the X.
I love it. It's different. It's different and it's unique. That's why I love it so much. So you lived in New Orleans, where I would think there's like so much music, especially with blues and bluegrass and all that stuff. And then you went to Nashville. Why didn't you stay in New Orleans to try to break into the music biz?
So I tried. I really tried. I love New Orleans. It was really hard to leave. It's honestly, like, New Orleans has my heart. It's the longest I've ever lived anywhere was in New Orleans. I love the people. I love the culture, the soul. But the music industry in New Orleans, from my personal experience, is busking and street music.
Right.
And even though that is phenomenal and I'm a huge fan, it's not. My aspirations are different from that. So that's pretty much the only reason, unfortunately.
You want to stay.
Oh yeah. I love New Orleans. I love Nashville too. It's just,
there's something about New Orleans, and I've never been there, although a friend of mine wants to, once this whole pandemic thing blows over, he wants to go out there and go to New Orleans, and I'm so looking forward to that.
You gotta go.
But you moved to Nashville, which is one of the greatest places for songwriters and musicians. I went to Nashville for the first time 6 years ago, and I was just so surprised by all of the music. I went to this one place, and there was music in one room upstairs, downstairs, around the corner. So there's no way that you can't listen to music. So how has moving to Nashville affected your music career?
Oh my God, it started it. It
Oh wow.
genuinely, like, coming to Nashville, I was told, I went to school for music industry
Okay.
studies. So I've done like music business, and I've been a manager and whatever. And I was talking to one of my professors, John Snyder, and he was like, "Why are you going to Nashville? You're not a country singer." I'm like, "John, this is where I'm supposed to be.
That's right.
It's where the industry professionals are. I work in the music industry. I work for B Squared, and that's what I do. That's what I want to do." And I got here, we moved here in July, so it's been about 6 months. The first month that I got here, I found a producer, Justine Blazer, who I adore.
Yes.
I found a videographer. I put out a song in October called Messy. I started my LLC. I just, like, everything came together, you know what I mean? And it just took that move, because in New Orleans, it was just not, it wasn't possible for me.
I love that, because the whole thing with Chatting with Nat is all about the empowering women and seeing how fabulous we are. The Sim Network and Chatting with Nat and mixing it with Nikki Chris, and our whole vibe is about empowering women in the music, entertainment, and performing arts industry. And I love the fact that you did your thing. You're like, I'm living in New Orleans. I love New Orleans, but I'm going to do my thing in Nashville. Nashville is a great place because, the songwriter there is epic. Epic.
I agree.
Epic. I cannot even say that even more. It's just amazing how many people that you can meet. And then there's so many songwriting circles and stuff like that. What would you say is the hardest thing that you've faced while in Nashville?
Well, honestly, the most difficult thing so far is it's the pandemic. Honestly, I never really got the chance to go and perform live in general, because again, I'm just kind of getting things started now. So moving to Nashville, the expectation is you're a musician, you go perform live.
Right.
So that's the only thing really I've kind of learned through my life and through my experiences is, even if something's difficult, it's overcomable, and there's no reason why it should be a bump in your road. It's a lesson. So right now I'm just learning what I can do to make my music the best it can be, so that when I can perform, it's going to be better than it would have been if I did it now. So there's always the bright side.
Awesome. What do you feel about musicians, artists that mix music and politics? Meaning, like, for example, I write social impact message songs. I didn't write them before, but because of the past 6-8 years, there's a lot of things that we have seen in our world that drew me to that. And I'm a versatile artist, so I write for many different genres. Right now I'm sticking with Americana because I really like the storytelling about it. So how do you feel about when artists mix those things together?
I think it's important for us to do that. I mean, especially, as women, and with this political climate, I really think that if you have a platform to speak on, you should, especially if you've done your research and you're passionate about it. If you're someone who just does it because they think that they should, I don't think you should, because you don't have an interest in it. But I really believe it. I mean, obviously, women's empowerment is a huge part of our platform.
Huge.
Yeah, and aside from that, but like human rights, people of color, LGBTQ+. Like, I am a big believer in human rights, and a big part of what I do, what I can contribute is LGBTQ+ inclusivity, as well as plus size women empowerment. And it's not the same. I wouldn't compare the two, but I would definitely say that it is important to talk about, especially because I'm somebody in that position. So yes, I'm like rambling, but yeah, I really think it's important.
Love you. You're already encouraging me to do more. How would you describe your music?
Powerful, sexy, bold, and different. Yeah.
I like that. I like powerful, bold, and sexy.
Absolutely.
It's all about empowering the woman. I love that. Love. How do you handle if anybody criticizes your music?
Well, my music, I really haven't, I'm blessed to say that I haven't gotten too much negativity. I always take constructive criticism as, again, positive. So, I mean, if someone comes at me and they're like, your music sucks, I'm like, okay, like, I'm sorry. You can move on. Like, you don't have to listen to my music. But the one thing I've noticed people getting upset about is not necessarily my music, but that I'm the person singing it because I'm a fat girl.
People are stupid. People are stupid.
Like the other day, someone called me a cow.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, thank you. Cows are my favorite animal.
That's right. You answered it perfectly. Oh
exactly.
My God. You're better. You're so better than I am, because the stuff that would have come out of my mouth. I'm sorry. It would have been like sailorish, and I would have been positive, but little sailor might have gone into their female sailor.
I love that. No, I do. And I would have been the same way, honestly, but I was like, I don't need to waste my time on this person. Like, they obviously are taking their time out to say something mean to me, and it's just like, well, I feel bad for them because they're obviously they have issues that they need to address, that there's nothing that I can say that'll remedy the situation. So, but yeah, I mean, if anyone said anything negative about my music, I would just take it and like try to learn from it and just move forward.
Yeah, I oftentimes, all the time actually, see music as a positive thing. But most lately, in many different things, people have taken music and really made it a place where you really can't, vibe with somebody else. There's always something like, for example, let's take country music, for example. Right now we have this whole thing going on.
Yeah.
With Morgan and stuff like that. But what it did is it brought up the whole idea of racism in country music.
Yeah.
And there is, one thing that I'm all about is just being honest and speaking the truth. And I don't think that people like to do that because it brings out so much. But it's better to be honest than to lie about different types of situations. And so, there's racism in country music. There just is, and music should not be a place where there should be racism. Music heals. It can do so many great things for you. It can bring people together, but there's always some kind of divisiveness in country music. And I love country music. I definitely love I'm dipping my toe in there, trying to get my toe in there. And it's always about, breaking down barriers for a Black person to try to get into country music, although they've had a couple of artists already in there and older artists that are in there. So how do you feel about this whole mess in the country music and the aspect of cancel culture?
So I feel weird about cancel culture because nobody is perfect.
Right.
And celebrities are put under a microscope. However, if you are a racist, you do not deserve the platform that you have been given.
Amen.
And it's like, okay, you work hard for your platform. I understand that. Right. But the only reason that you're there is because of your fans and because of the support of the people that you have around you. And of course, you can get technical and say record labels and ideas. But again, if you are a racist, you do not deserve the platform that you have been given. And you need to take a step back and try to do better. Right. So it's important, again, to learn from everything that happens to you. Right. I don't care if you're a celebrity. If you make a mistake, you have to step back and look at it. Right. So with that individual specifically, it's like, you've made a mistake. This is not the first time you have made a mistake, and you really need to reevaluate your life. And if he comes back and does it again, it's like, come on, like stop giving this person chances. Right. But I also think, again, and reiterating with cancel culture, I don't think that we should ruin a person's life for making a mistake. But again, they have to show change. They have to show understanding, and they have to show why they think they were, like, they have to prove, like, I know I was wrong and this is what I'm doing to remedy it. Right. It's not just an I'm sorry video, but like, I want to see you donate. I want to see you at rallies. I want to see you be a better person. I want to see you stand up for people of color. You need to make up for your mistake. I don't care who you are. So that's what I believe.
And I love your definition of it. I love your belief in it. The one thing I've tried to explain to people about cancel culture and why it is here because nobody ever cared in the past. All this stuff has been going on for years, and then people just poo-pooed it or shoot it to the side and didn't do anything about it. So now people are just like, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that and then live on with your life. And
exactly.
And what's sad about it is that the people that are getting canceled right now, some of them have made mistakes and they can rebound from that. And it's sad because now those people are losing everything because of people in the past. Because and it's everybody. It's the people using the words, and it's the people that didn't do anything about it. That's why we are here with the cancel culture. You know, when I think about these things, I don't like to blame one person, because it's a collective. It's a collective. It's the people that stand by and don't do anything about it, and then it's the people that just say the words and think that, I'm just going to say it. People, and the thing is, people need to remember there's technology. Everybody's using their cameras. Everybody's videotaping stuff. So you have to be more aware of your surroundings, whether you're drunk or not. You know what? I do feel bad for him, because it's a sad situation. You're on top here, and then all of a sudden you got down here because you made a mistake.
But the only person that he can blame is himself. That's the thing.
Exactly. Yeah. I love that. And he'll learn. Hopefully he'll learn in time. So what is your writing process?
Oh, that's weird. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know why. It depends. Like, what I like to do, I'm a pianist, and I have this one like chord progression that I absolutely love. It's kind of in the blues scale. And I've written like probably over 100 songs to just that, because it's like easy to play. Oh, it's bad. It's so bad. It's good, but it's like now I have to like take these lyrics and make a whole new song based off a completely different chord progression. So it's a pain in the butt. But I've made some really cool tunes with that. I have a really beautiful big piano that I can't play. It's in storage because I have an apartment now, not a house, but which sucks. But that's kind of, I play that chord progression, and then I put my phone up and I press record and I just sing random stuff until I think something sounds good and I write it down. So that's one way that I do it. Another would honestly just be poetry, different words like that I really like. If I'm listening to my favorite artist right now, whom I recommend highly, her name is Dunia. Dunia. She uses specific words that I don't hear very much in music, and I really love that about her. So I've been wanting to do something like that, where I will be in a conversation or be reading a book and I'm like, oh, that's a cool word. I want to take that word and make a song about just that word, you know? So it kind of reminds me of how Billie Holiday used to do it too. So I'm obsessed with her, just absolutely obsessed. One of my, she's just one of the best singers of all time. She has a song, obviously it's a very, very difficult song, The Strange Fruit, one of the most beautiful songs ever written, very sad, but she uses strange fruit and takes that and writes a song about it, and that meaning has a opposing meaning, of course, and I love that idea. That's such a blues thing, so that's like Champagne and Reefer by Muddy Waters, like he took those two words, and no, when I'm Hannah, baby. And it's just so cool.
I love that because I have the same process. Like, I love to use words that people don't normally use in music and see how I can make it flow. Like my song, I Am. I had one word. There's one word that I needed, and I was at the gym when you could go to the gym, and I was watching something, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. There's that word that I needed. But I've used like the word kaleidoscope, all kinds of different things. I love that process. So tell us, I know you have a new song that's coming out Saturday. It's called Eden, right?
Yeah.
Tell us more about that song.
Oh, okay. That one's really spicy. I like it a lot. It's weird. Okay. I use that word like.
I like weird. I like weird.
And every single one of my interviews, I'm noticing that I say the word weird, but I guess it's just me being weird. But anyway, so Eden, I actually co-wrote with a friend of mine who lives in Nashville. Her name is Emily Rona. Okay. She's tagged and everything. She's phenomenal. She's also a songwriter. Okay. Emily is my father's dad's brother's son's godchild. Something right. Crazy. Like there's like a crazy like way that we're in the same family. Right. So she's here too, and she works for CSAC. And we connected and we were over FaceTime and we're like, let's write a song. And I, at the time, I had been working at Lowe's still. Thank God I don't anymore. I have no,
that's another
I'm never
story.
Doing.
That's another song.
That's another story. Another song, exactly. I'm not doing retail ever again. But so I was sitting at my desk and I had a tune in my head and I started writing na 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 na. I was like, ooh, that's pretty.
Right.
I got on with her and we wrote the whole song in one sitting, and it was so cool, and it's so poppy and vibey and dark and sexy, and it's all about it's kind of like a weird, it doesn't directly say it in the song, of course, but about no matter who you are, no matter what size, what color, right. Whatever you are, your body is a body of Eden. It is perfect. Preach. Exactly. Preach. It's perfect. And and no matter what you do or who you are, you can go out there and be sexy, you know, and that's what it's all about. It's about sex and passion and just really being, I want people to have sex to this song. That's right. Why I made it.
I love you because you speak your truth. You have no filter. I love
no.
You. No filter. I love it.
I love that. I'll take it.
Hey, listen, if people are having sex to your song, people are going to be downloading that stuff, especially if something comes out of that while they're doing it and you're getting to that level.
Exactly.
You have a charting hit. I love that so much. I love the fact that you call your music weird because, you know, I don't like to write my lyrics like normal. I like to do what I want. I don't want to keep in structure. Don't tell me I have to have the verse here, chorus here. I want to do what I want. And it's amazing because there's so many times you go to these conferences and you ask them, well, what are you looking for? We're looking for something different. And then when you do the different thing, they're all about, oh my gosh, why did they do that? You didn't stay. No, I really don't care. I do my music the way that I want to. I love the fact that you do that too. So I'm Absolutely. On your website and I want to play, you have a song called Messy. I'm going to play a little
bit. That was my first release.
Hopefully this damn machine works. Yeah.
It's so flowy.
Easy boy, I'm not trying to get too drunk tonight, but I'll hang around if you wanna do a few rounds with me. So I've been singing to you from the corner of my eye, but take it easy, boy, 'cause I don't wanna get too drunk tonight.
I love this.
Lately I've been stupid, so stupid, no control. These one night stands are really getting old. I raised it in snow. Don't expect much from a broken heart. Take it easy with me, baby. I don't wanna get too messy, but you make me feel so messy with you. Take it easy with me, baby. I don't wanna get too messy, but you make me feel so messy, so messy.
lost you there.
Smooth talking man, you know exactly what to say, don't you? Yeah. You make me feel bad.
Walk with me.
Cause I might do something stupid, too stupid to drive home. I don't wanna be stupid with you. For this love, don't expect much from my broken heart. Take it easy with me, baby. I don't wanna get too messy, but you make me feel so messy with you. Take it easy with me, baby. I don't wanna get too messy, but you make me feel so messy with you. Lately I've been stupid.
So I wanted to give people a taste of what Athena does. Now that was
Hell yeah.
That was sexy.
That's a good one.
You can have sex to that.
Yeah. Oh no, I have. Listen, you gotta try it out before you let the public.
That you said that, because here's one important thing: you've got to love your own music, and the fact that you can listen to your voice and do that at the same time, you are it. You are the empowered woman. You should be the face of the empowered woman. I love it.
You're so funny. No, it's funny because I'm like, I am a very self-conscious person, but I try to be as like comfortable as I can, and
you do it well. You do it well.
Thank you. My boyfriend loves my music very much. He's my number one fan. And yeah, it went well.
I'm sure that he's very happy.
Well, the song is about him, but I
I think I might put it on replay. I say, oh, that's what she was doing. Okay, I got that in my head now. Every time I listen to mess, like, okay, Athena. I just love that. But so you do have the song coming out tomorrow. So one of the things Sisters in Music is going to be doing is, and I just decided this just a couple of days ago, is going to do a playlist, a Valentine's Day playlist.
Oh,
and so we'll add that sexy, and then we'll put a little bit of messy in it. Eden, and then some messy. Let's add that to it, and let people, do their thing on Valentine's Day. To your voice.
I really appreciate that.
Your voice will be synonymous with happy people. See, you're bringing happiness to the world. Yes, you're bringing happiness to the world. In many ways. And that's
gonna make me cry.
No, I love you. I love you to death because you are so straightforward and you're bold and you empower. You empower other women.
I really appreciate that.
Right now, people should look at you and just say, "This is how I want to be." You are an example. No, but you are an example.
You make me cry.
Of speaking your truth. No, but you are. You don't care. You have no filter. You say it out like it is. So if somebody's going to deal with you, they're going to get the truth out of you, and they're going to get your heart and soul out of your music. This is who you are. I love that. That's the one thing I look for in artists. Is the fact that they sing from their heart, their soul. They believe in what they're saying. It's gritty, and you can feel that vibe. Because I think a lot of artists have lost that. I love all kinds of music, but the ones that really grab at my heart, and I'm like, oh my God, I can feel what that person is feeling at that moment, whether it's sex or whatever it is. You've got it. You've got it, and you better chart with those songs. We're gonna help you the best way that we can. I'll definitely try to promote your music
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Now tell
I
people
really
where
appreciate
they
that.
can find you.
Okay, you can find me literally everywhere. Literally everywhere. SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram, my website, Patreon,
Okay.
Athena Official, ATHXNA Official, Twitter too. I started doing that.
Okay.
So that's like literally everywhere. YouTube,
Yeah,
Athena Official.
So tomorrow the song Eden will be on all streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms. So there's actually 2 versions too. Okay. There's a clean version and a dirty version.
Oh, you know I'm listening to the dirty first.
I gotta
go dirty. I gotta do it.
Girl, tell me how it goes.
You have 2 versions.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. I got a Greek family. My dad's like, Athena, I'm not listening.
You're like, okay.
Yeah.
The dirty's me. But okay, family, you're gonna be listening to the clean version. I love that so much. I love you so much. Thank you.
I love you
so much for being on Chatting with Nat. I'm going to follow you everywhere because you are a symbol for women. You are. You need to start. You need to start believing that because I love everything that you said today.
Thank you.
You showed that you're a powerful woman. You're amazing. I can't wait to have you back on Chatting with Nat, whether it's here or Blog Talk Radio or whatever.
Anytime.
You're going to be doing amazing. You're already doing amazing things, but I already see that your name is going to be in lights in Nashville, all over the world. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I love that. Thank you so much for having me. You've been such a P. I appreciate it.
And thank you, B Squared Management.
Oh, thank you, B Squared.
For Athena Kennedy. Until next time, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.